Welcome to our deep dive, into AI and entertainment. We're diving into this article from Moon Technolabs. You sent this over, and it's really interesting. They're a software development company. So they're like really in the thick of building this tech. Yeah, so they have like a front row seat.
Yeah, like we're getting a behind the scenes look here.
Exactly. And one thing that really jumped out
Oh, yeah?
was that they're projecting AI in the media and entertainment market
Wow.
to be worth almost $100 billion
Whoa.
by 2030.
That's not just growth, that's like an explosion.
That's a huge explosion. So what's driving all this change?
Yeah, what is it?
One thing I noticed is that AI is being used to create content, like writing scripts, composing music, even special effects. Like AI is becoming this creative partner.
Yeah, and that's interesting. Because we always think of creativity as this human thing. But AI is blurring the lines, like this AI VA, artificial intelligence, and virtual artists. It can analyze tons of music data and write new music.
Wow.
Think about it like you're a filmmaker, and you have an AI that can write your entire soundtrack.
That's wild. It's like having an orchestra in your computer.
Exactly.
And it's not just music. AI can create these crazy visuals. We see them in movies and shows now. The article talked about Runway ML and Deep Dream. They can make anything you can think of, from realistic places to, like weird dream landscapes.
And the big thing is, it's not just for big companies anymore. These AI tools are getting cheaper and easier to use.
So anyone can use them,
Yeah, so we could see all this new creativity coming out.
from like regular people.
Exactly. Like, what if anyone with a laptop can make Hollywood special effects?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, and it makes you think about the stories people would tell.
Right. It's like democratizing filmmaking. It's pretty exciting. But then it makes you wonder, what happens to the artists and the people who do those jobs? Are they just going to be replaced by robots?
Ooh, that is the big question. I don't know if there's an easy answer. On one hand, maybe AI will free up human artists so they can focus on, the higher level creative stuff. But on the other hand, you have to think about people losing their jobs, especially those technical jobs.
Yeah, it's a tough question. And we should think about it as AI keeps changing. So let's change gears a bit. Let's talk about personalized recommendations. You know how Netflix just seems to know what you want to watch?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Those recommendations can be scary good. Or sometimes way off.
Right. But how does it even work?
It's machine learning algorithms. They look at everything you watch and try to predict what you'll like.
Okay, so it's like AI is learning about you.
Exactly. And it's not just Netflix. Spotify does it with music. Amazon does it with like everything.
It's everywhere. It's like having a personal shopper for entertainment. But it's crazy how smart these algorithms are getting. The article mentioned Netflix is using deep learning now. That's like a super advanced AI.
Oh, wow.
So what does that even mean?
Okay, so imagine this. Regular machine learning looks for patterns in your behavior. Deep learning takes it further. It analyzes those patterns, but like on a much deeper level.
Okay.
Like it thinks about when you watch stuff, what devices you use, maybe even how you're feeling.
It's getting creepy good.
Yeah, it really is.
It's almost like they know us better than we know ourselves.
That's a little scary.
But kind of cool too.
And speaking of predicting the future, the article talked about how AI is used for predictive analytics.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
What is that?
Basically, AI is used to analyze a ton of data and then try to predict trends. And it's changing how entertainment is made and marketed.
Yeah.
Like think about a movie studio trying to decide what movie to make. They used to just go with their gut or market research. But now, with predictive analytics, they can give AI all sorts of data, like social media trends, box office numbers, demographics.
And AI can tell them what will be a hit.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's taking the guesswork out of making movies.
You could say that. And the article even said Disney uses AI to predict box office performance.
It's wild, right?
That's crazy.
And it's more than just box office numbers. AI can look at the script, the actors, the marketing, and try to make everything as successful as possible.
Wow.
Like, imagine testing different trailers for a movie before you even release it.
To see which one people like best.
Exactly.
That's insane. It's like a crystal ball for the entertainment industry,
Yeah.
but one that's actually based on data.
For sure.
And it's not just for movies. They're using this in music, gaming, even fashion.
It's like AI has its finger on the pulse of culture.
That's a good way to put it.
It's trying to figure out what's going to be popular next.
That's pretty cool.
And what's really interesting is this data-driven approach is changing how people are creative.
How so?
Some artists are working directly with AI. They're using these predictive tools to see what audiences want And then they can experiment in different ways.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a whole new way to think about art.
It's like AI is becoming a creative partner.
Yeah, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That's awesome. But let's not forget about the practical side of things. The article also talked about AI streamlining the production process,
Hmm?
which can be, you know, super complicated and expensive.
Oh, absolutely. AI can help with everything, scheduling shoots, managing resources, even automating things like editing and quality control.
Really?
Think about a film editor. They have to go through hours and hours of footage to find the right shots.
Right.
Now imagine an AI that can do that automatically. It can find the best moments and even suggest edits based on the director's style.
Wow, that's amazing.
It would save so much time. And those editors could focus on the more creative parts of their job.
So it's not really replacing jobs. It's more like making them easier.
Yeah, you could say that.
And that's a good thing, right?
I mean, it depends how you look at it. There's definitely potential for AI to make things more efficient and cheaper, which would be good for everyone.
Right.
But there's still that concern about people losing their jobs, especially those in more technical roles.
Yeah, it's definitely a complicated issue. But speaking of cool stuff, let's talk about those virtual influencers. They're like AI-generated celebrities.
Oh, yeah. They're everywhere now.
They're promoting products, performing in concerts, interacting with fans online.
It's really interesting. It shows how the lines between real and virtual are blurred.
Right.
These digital people can look so real, and they have tons of followers, especially younger people who are used to interacting with AI.
It's like a new kind of celebrity, one that's totally made up,
Yeah.
but somehow feels real.
Yeah, and that raises some questions about, transparency and ethics.
Like, how do we even know if we're talking to a real person or AI?
Right.
And who's responsible for what these virtual influencers say and do?
Those are tough questions, and we don't really have the answers yet. This technology is changing so fast, it's hard to keep up with it and understand what it all means.
Yeah, it's moving faster than we can think.
But one thing's for sure, virtual influencers are here to stay.
It seems like it.
And they're going to